it's Bella and welcome to Beauty on a Budget and to a palette that I have been so thrilled to have and so pleased to share with you. It's by Elle Girl and you've seen a couple of my lovely friends review it already, and I'm so chuffed with this. I am so chuffed to have this. It's such a lovely palette. And all the raving that you've heard everyone else do is true. It's lovely. I first saw it and tried it when I was staying with Kathy A. And she had it and she bought a high-end palette at the same time. And she was saying how much she liked this one. And she'd done some beautiful looks. So I tried it and I've done some nice looks myself with it. And I was so pleased with it. I thought, how am I going to get it? Now, Elle Girl you can get in the UK, but normally you'd have to get it online. But it is obtainable. You can get it online, but it's not like in America they have actual, like England have Maybelline and Rimmel and Revolution. We have the actual run in the shop. You won't see that. I've not seen that in England anyway. But it is getting better. We are getting better. We've got Wet n Wild now. And Physicians Formula's come over. So we're getting there. But you can get this online. I know Amazon have definitely got it. But it's such a nice palette. And the reason I like it, the last palette that I bought that was really with a lot of colours like this was Emily's palette, the Wants. Because I don't normally go for very multi-colours in a palette like this. I normally go for sets, neutral set or a bright set. But this is absolutely lovely. The pigmentation is gorgeous. It's marvellous. For the price it is, it's absolutely marvellous. And I paid $20 for this. And I just thought it was absolutely wonderful. I've done a look today. The reason I like these palettes, and I'll explain a bit more in the video, is I like to, if I'm wearing something, say something plain like I'm wearing today, then I like to put little accents in. So my eyes and my nails, I just like to kind of, team it up without looking too much. And I think this sort of palette works because whatever colour, you'll find it in here because there's such an array of colours, an array of textures. As I said, I saw Kathy using it first, and then our lovely Marlene did a video on it, and of course that just done it all together. I had to have it there. But I'll link Kathy's video below, and I will link Marlene's video below, and they do a beautiful job. And now I will do my attempt at it, and I hope you enjoy it. This is this look. Let's see how I did it. Okay, so as I was saying, it's got a lot of bright colours, in it. And I'm not attracted to a lot of bright colours really in a palette. I'm quite a neutral girl. However, the texture of this is so nice, it's so good, that I will keep this palette for using an accent colour. You can always use accent colours. I think sometimes you look at, palettes like this and you can be quite put off by, oh my goodness, I couldn't wear those colours, they're so bright. But you've got a lot of neutrals and then you've got a lot of pops. So that whatever you're wearing or whatever you feel colour you need to pop, it's going to be in there. And I just think this is great. I think it's a great palette. So let's start and see what I can do. So I'm going to start with Top Row and the second one along, which is sort of a creamy colour. I don't think it's got names on this. I'm pretty sure it doesn't have names, no. So Top Row, second one along, is a creamier colour. And that's just going to go all over my lid. I've got a mirror here so I can see a little bit better. I've got my primer on already. And a finishing powder on my lid. I've got Elle's finishing powder on my lid, so nothing's going to show up too much because this is more or less exactly my skin colour. So top row, second one along. And that's just a base. Now we're going to take a slightly deeper one. I'm going to go down in stages, and this is the second row, and it's the first one. These are also mattes. What I've used so far, the two are mattes. And my usual back and forth. As you can see, it's a very fine transition colour. Nothing too much. They're very nice to work with. It's not, as I say, it's not a palette that I would have gone out and bought myself, really. But having actually tried it hands-on at Kathy's, and seeing Kathy's tutorial with it, and Kathy actually wearing it and seeing how lovely it was, and then seeing how lovely Marlene do it, it was a must-have. And I was so glad that I was able to get it, because I really, really do like it. So that's that one. And then I'm going to go in, should be more organised, shouldn't I, guys? I'm going to go in with my little, this one. And I'm going to do the blending up around that art there. So all I'm doing is I'm blending the transition into the pale colour that I put on at first. And we are going to go the first row, and this is the third one in on the first row. So same thing, but we're going to come down slightly. So we're coming down, and we're not going so far up, but same shape. We're just carrying on round, same shape. This is the first row, third one along. It's much easier to be able to say the colours, but I cannot see them listed at all. And just working that back and forth. And then we'll get our blender again. And we'll do a little bit of blending. I was so pleased with so much that I found in the US. LA Girl is really, you can get it in a lot of places, but it's often sold sort of a few items, you know. You don't get a complete line, you get more of like a few items. Just My Look do it. And you can find it as well sometimes in the drugstores up the high street. But it's not sort of put out is in regular lines, you know, like we would have Rimmel and Maybelline and Revlon. And there's a couple of drugstore lines. We've got Wet n Wild now. We've got a lot more. Boots carry practically a full range of Wet n Wild. I'm going to put that one on there. And then we're going to take this little brush here. We're going to get the white again that we used, the creamy colour again that we used, and we're going to go over the brow here. And we're going to make sure that that second colour and the first colour are blending into each other on the brow there. Yeah, we can get Wet n Wild a lot now. CoverGirl's the one I wish we could get more, because I love some. I bought quite a few of CoverGirl's items when I was in the States. And the Lash Blast, is it the Lash Blast? The one in the turquoise, is it Lash Blast, Super Lash? But I bought that out there as well, and I love that. So there's quite a few things. I'm glad to say we do have Wet n Wild now. but I cannot get hold of creme brulee for love nor money. I tried to get a few when I was over there. Kathy kindly gave me one, but I tried to get a few when I was over there, but because I intended to stock up on them, because they're, you know, they're harder to find. Okay, my light's just fallen over. We won't worry about that because it's so dark. You know what I do in my beauty blender? I just tidy the ends up as I go. So I'm still very neutral, nothing very heavy. And then we're going to take a more detailed brush like this. This is a pencil brush, and I'm going to go in, let's see, I'm going to go into the 4th row down and the 3rd one in. And this I'm just going to put here, like this, and come down there. So it's the 4th row down and the 3rd one in. And down like this. And I'm making that so that it's that kind of straight, arrowy shape. Not, you know, coming too far down. So we don't droop too much. It was so nice, you know, I learnt so much when I was away, so many tricks from my friends, and it was lovely. And it's so lovely to be with people that love makeup, you know. I guess a lot of us are the same, because I know a lot of us were saying we feel the same. You don't mix with people, you know. A lot of my friends wear makeup and they like makeup, but I'm quite makeup obsessed. And, you know, I live with my husband. My children don't live with me, although my daughters love makeup, but of course they're quite a few miles away, so I don't get to talk to them or shop with them that often for it. And Baz comes out with me, but, you know, how much interest has he got in the latest palette? None. So it was really lovely, you know, going around with Kathy and with Monica, and, you know, really liking the same thing and being interested in the same thing. It was wonderful for me. It was really amazing, and I loved every moment of that. You know, someone that gets as excited as you get, because I don't get that a lot. As I say, my friends do wear makeup, but they don't, you know, I don't put the rubbish out unless I've got makeup on, as you know. So there, in that corner, so we'll go up with that one. Make sure we blend that again. And they are blending so easily. Now, next I'm going to take a flat brush and I'm going to put on the first shadow in the 2nd row. Please excuse the top of my hair when I look down. So this is the creamy colour, and this is going to go on the centre, and this is, so we'll work that in. I may put a little brighter if I want to, I may just keep it like this because I want to put an accent colour. So this is a silk, I would say. This is not matte, but it's not a gloss or a shimmer. So we're just doing that and packing that. First one, 2nd row, and we're packing that onto here, like this. Pack, pack, pack. That's the best way to do the lid, guys. Pack, pack. And this one, same. So what I was saying about the accents, you know, the little bit of colour, the little pop of colour. What I tend to like to do is, if I'm wearing all neutral or something very, very plain, as you know, you could see in my outfit today, I just like to do the little accents of colour. So I'll do it on my nails and maybe my earrings and, you know, a little bit in my eyeshadow if it's appropriate, you know, and it looks right. So we're tapping that on there. So we want there. Now, I'm getting a smaller, flatter brush so we can have a little bit more detail like this. And I'm going to take the colour that is in on my nails, this similar colour to this one. I'm just going to spray the brush like that, and tap the excess off, and then I will go in with the damp brush, and let's see how, yeah, that just stops the fallout. You see, it just stops the fallout. You see what I'm doing, guys? But we don't want to blend too much. About halfway down, just come straight down and into that edge and a little bit into there, but not up. We want to keep this really on the corner, and then we'll do the blending afterwards to go up. Well, while it's, if we're using it with a setting spray on the brush, we want to wait for it to dry just a little bit before we blend it, so that it doesn't sort of smudge. So while that's drying and I'm sorting out where I've got a bit of fallout, I'll be back in a moment. Okay guys, so I've tidied up my face and started to blend this out with a stiffer brush like this. Now I would suggest, I love this palette. It's a beautiful palette. I love it. I'm absolutely pleased with it, and I can deal with a bit of fallout. Doesn't bother me. But if you're going to use this on a regular basis, you might want to do your eyes first, because there is quite a bit of fallout. And if you're going to sort of go to a stronger accent colours like I'm using today, I did have to completely take this half of my makeup off and start again, because there was an awful lot of fallout. So, you know, keep that in mind if you are thinking of getting the palette. But don't let it put you off the palette, because it's really, really lovely. And I just want to get another little brush like this for a little bit more detail. Now I'm going into the 1, 2, 3, 6th one along on the second row. And this is also green, but this is a matte, and I'm just going to go work into that corner. I'm not going to go on where I worked on the lid, just into that corner, and just emphasize that shape there, like that. Just emphasize that shape. Then we'll go back with that stronger blending brush. The tighter the brush, sort of the more heavier the work it does, really. So if it's a darker colour like this, I tend to use a more dense brush. And if it's a lighter colour and I just want to, you know, blend it finely, then I will use more of a fine blending brush. That works for me. So we just go up like this. In that corner, we don't want to put the glistening part on our lids here. And we'll do the other side. That's blended, and now I'm going to clean that brush off, because I like that, using that brush works well for this. And I'm going to go into the light one again that I put on my brow to start with, and I'm going to tidy that there, because I don't want big blobs of blue. I'm going to tidy that there, coming around there, making sure that's up, up, up. Yeah, then I'm going to do the same the other side. It's taking time, this one, isn't it, guys? I don't normally do complicated looks, but it's not complicated. It's just, you know, using layers of colour obviously takes a little bit longer. I don't normally do that every day, but I do wear makeup every day, you know that. That's that. And then I'm going to take a very tiny brush like this, and I'm going to go back into that colour, and I'm going to go very, very close to my lashes. Really, really close. In fact, I'm just stabbing them in between each lash, like this. So it's just stabbing the lashes. And then this one, the same. And just smudge it as we go. Smudge, smudge, smudge. I hope this is bright enough for you guys. It's so dark. You know, I'm looking out on a really grey sky. Okay, so we just want to smudge that one there. And then, final bit, guys. I want to get another flattish brush, if I haven't used all my flat brushes up. This one. And I want to take that creamy colour again. And just make sure that the inner half of my eye, and can you see I'm just working it into that bit there, because we want it all blended in. I spend so much time doing that. I know I'd probably drive you pushy, but it makes such a result in the end. Look, that one, and blend that into that. And that's that. And I'll finish my makeup and be back. Okay guys, so what did you think? It's nice, isn't it? I like it. There was a lot of fallout. I've got to say there was a lot. With the glimmer, the glitter one, it's not really glitter. You can see it's a shimmer, because there is a lot of difference between a shimmer and a glitter. But it did have quite a bit of fallout, so I would suggest, if you're using those colours, to put a little bit of setting spray on your brush, and also not to make up here first. I always do my face first. It's something I've done for years, and I can't seem to get out of that habit. I tend to do my face first, although with a palette like this, it would probably be more sensible to do your eyes first, because of the amount of fallout. As I said, I did have to take all this part of my makeup off and start again, because it was, but that was my fault. I should have done that to start with. But it is, I will put up with that bit of fallout for the lovely palette it is, and the consistency of the shadows for the price, and it's just lovely. I absolutely love it. And so I hope you enjoyed that, guys, and don't forget to go over and see my friends do it. I do believe Monica's going to do one as well, if she has made it already. Oh, I shouldn't be telling you that, but if she's made it already, I will link that. Otherwise, make out I didn't say it. I will see you again really soon. Take care, guys, and thank you for watching and being here with me. Take care. Bye.